Hello adventure lovers, and welcome back to a brand new episode of Walk Through the Conversion. This is your host Vidushi. If you are someone who is just hopping on to the caravanning overlanding culture in India, then we are proud to tell you that Motorhome Adventures is a 3-decade-old company that rents and builds all things home on wheels and more, ranging from a club on wheels to election campaign vehicle, food truck, arcade on wheels, salon on wheels, and of course caravans, RVs, motorhomes. You name it and we can most definitely build it. In today's episode, we will be walking through a flatbed hardtop pickup conversion based on Tata Yodha, which is not a caravan. You heard it right, although it is a similar variant to Aegis. So we have Aegis Volume 1, this is Aegis Volume 2, but this is nothing sort of a caravan. In fact, this is Aegis 2.0 election style. So without further ado, let's walk through this conversion. It is painted in a shade of pearl white color. Now, because the client wanted to spend more on the actual conversion than the base vehicle, that is why they opted for a pre-owned, a pre-loved base vehicle. This one is a Tata Yodha, as we mentioned in the very beginning. Now, before we talk about the details that are visible to the eyes, I want to touch base on the details that are not visible but are very, very essential and important. So this complete flatbed hardtop shell is connected through the base through the auto grade aluminum C channels, which are further connected on a 4mm beam, which are further connected to 6 buffer dampers. Now, to all the people who are DIYing their caravan or who are going to fabricators who are providing them a very, very cheap cost for such conversion, beware, this might be the reason why the costing is so less. So the buffer dampers that we are using, which is the joint between the actual chassis as well as the shell, is something that absorbs the shock. So it makes the vehicle overall shock proof, and because of that, your chassis or your vehicle overall is going to have a really long life. Over the years, post-pandemic, I have seen a lot of people DIY their caravan, and I have seen a lot of influencers turn into fabricators, but this is something that they are not doing in their conversion. And I just want to point it out that the reason your conversion is cheaper than the market rate, because it is missing some of those amenities, and the buffer dampers are a very essential part of it. So if you do not offer a buffer damper, ultimately you are killing your vehicle, and over the time your vehicle is going to get rugged off. So you need to completely avoid that at all costs. In fact, every time before we shoot, I get these video footages from the man behind the making, touching base on the points or the various things that we need to state, and this is what he had to say about the buffer dampers.
These are basically called a flat buffer damper, anti-vibration mountings, which works as your shock absorber on the base of the vehicle. It is actually provides a space in between your chassis, and it gives you a comfort, like it's not directly connected to your upper body is not directly connected to the main body. These two holes are there, which are basically mounted on the base of the chassis after fabrication. This rests on the chassis, and your body, the fabrication part, rests on this, which hold on this center of this. There is a hole, but with the thread, if you can see, there are the thread inside. So when you tighten up the thread, it is basically takes the entire vibration of the secondary part, the body which we make.
Now that you have heard it from man behind the makings, and if you are looking for a budget-friendly conversion, be it on this or any other kind of segment, that is totally doable. But guys, please, just to save up on those dollars, do not sacrifice your vehicle and do not sacrifice your safety. Even if you are DIYing those conversions, please beware of the dampers that are very essential for this kind of conversion. And if you're already getting the conversion done at some end, just ask them to add those dampers. It is going to give the vehicle a very, very long life. Now, speaking about the other details, so on the base vehicle we have upgraded these tires. So we have offset radial mud and all-terrain tires. So these are basically heavy load tires. Each can take a payload of 1030 kilos. These ones are basically your 31 10 50 R15 LT, that stands for loading tires. So these are heavy duty tires that we have on all fours. Moving to the fascia, as you can see, we have not done any kind of change to the actual vehicle. On the top we have standard caravan lights, 5 on the front, 5 on the rear. Then we have security cameras as well as a solar panel on the very top, which again is going to charge up your battery. Moving to the driver's side, because we keep on saying that this is an election campaign vehicle, not much of the amenities were required on the outside, so the client has not opted it. Here we have our electrical outsource. Then this one is your freshwater tank inlet, which is of 200 liters capacity. Then we have a black water tank, which is of approximately 45 to 50 liters. Now both of these tanks can be increased. The capacity of these tanks can be increased or decreased. Here you can see that we have the windows that are slidable, not so much on the front on the cabin sector, but these windows are slidable. Then coming to the rear end, we have this little feature, which is a huge TV. So we have done something of this sort in arcade on wheels as well as another one of our projects that we did for Shulab International. But this is a huge TV that is being secured through the hardware as well as an acrylic sheet. So initially we planned to add a glass window or like a glass covering, but because it is bound to break within some time, because this vehicle is going to be traveling on many off-road areas, that is why instead we opted for an acrylic sheet here. Here we have our spare tire, and those are the details about the rear. Moving to the co-driver side, as you can see, we have no amenities here either, just the entryway to the inside, which you can simply lift and insert. So these are basically your panels, a stairway that collapses and goes in. And although we have not done any kind of changes in the actual cabin area, there are itsy bitsy changes that we are going to talk about. We have changed the flooring, and the complete front area, the rear area is made up of the fabric. Right in here we have our MC, and tucked in under this space is our battery. Apart from that, you'll see that this seating setup is not something that you get with the company. So this 2-person seating setup is something that we have converted. Then we have also added an Android 9 inches, which also shows you the footage of the parking camera, the rear parking camera that we have. Now, if you'll hop in, so the space is very tight, we'll have to just plug it from here. So whenever you are traveling and you need a quick access basically of the rear side, then you have these blinds here which you can simply unfold, and ultimately what will happen is if you unfold it, you have the access to the other side. Although it is difficult to hop in from this side when you're traveling, still this access is going to give you an area wherein you can talk to the driver or communicate with the driver. So that is that about the actual cabin area. Now, another detail that I want to talk about is the suspensions. So in this asset, to maintain the stability as well as the sturdiness and to improve the ride quality, we have added the custom fitted air balloon suspensions, which are being functioned through a 12-volt DC compressor with 10 bar pressure, which is stored on the co-driver side at the very rear end underneath the camper van. Now that we have established that, let's move to the actual area. So we're going to hop on using our stairway. So our door opens. When we enter, we have this very small area. Now you'll see that the floor plan is similar but not similar to Aegis, which is a flatbed hardtop caravan that we had customized for 2 people sleeping and seating area, which had a complete kitchen and bedding bathroom area in here. This one particularly has been solely and wholly created for taking interviews on the go, delivering news live and telecasting news. So that is why the seating setup that we have are 2 jump seats that are going to be folded up once you unlock it from right there. Then we have 2 motorized recliners. So pressing the button, we use the recliners itself. So first you bring it frontwards and then you recline down the recliners. So that is that. As you can see, the flooring is vinyl, and then if we pan the camera to the top, we have our standard amenities, which is a 1.1 ton static AC. We also have an auto AC. We have the profile lights and LED lights that are functioning all through battery. So on the roof here, you're going to notice that the design, although is similar to our conversions domicile and aegis, but it is a bit different because this time we have used actual woods, and then over the teak woods or the rubber woods, we have added the polishing or paint to give it an oak wood kind of texture. So that is what we have done. Other than that, on this particular side, we have our microwave on the top. In here, we have our butane as well as a itsy bitsy kitchen setup, because this does not have an actual kitchen area, wherein if you just zoom in, you'll be able to see that we have our complete butane, the kitchen top, and all the power accesses right in here. Then these are some of our other storages. So you simply drop it off. You have a couple of doors here. Once you do not need the storage, you are going to be bringing the recliners back. So about these seats, these are really very comfortable seats. The recliners have been customized in-house in the Motorhome Adventures HQ, and even if it is these kind of certain additionals that you want to add to your overlanding vehicle or your existing caravan, then these recliners or the other amenities such as just the bed that we have in this camper, that can surely be added to your existing conversion. So next amenity that we have is the bathroom area. Now, if you have been on our channel, this is going to sound very redundant, but building bathrooms is our USP, and we do it for many other paramilitary services such as ITBP, CRPF, as well as our conversions, our caravans. So how it is different than the normal bathrooms that you get is, number one, this paneling is not of wood. So these are the fiber reinforced panels that we compress and then we mold it as per the dimensions of the vehicle. Now this is something that makes it very lightweight, weather friendly, and it is really very easy to clean and maintain. And because of that, this is a good addition that you can add up. But other than that, one major factor that we have in the bathroom is the pneumatic activating valve based commode that saves you a lot of water while you're traveling, and on top of that, it is a very easy to clean mechanism. Talking about the details that are there in this bathroom, so we have a fiber reinforced sink which has a faucet that converts into a shower. Then we have powder coated hardware. The hardware has all been coated in black so that it becomes rust proof. And then of course we have our standard lights on the inside as well as the commode. Brings us to the very last area. So although it is a news delivery vehicle, although this is supposed to only be taking interviews, we still have given a provision of bed that can sleep up to 2 people. So you must have seen the similar kind of bed on our conversion domicile and aegis. It's a similar kind of fixture wherein the wooden panels are holding each other together and they are interlocking to form up this bedding. With a little bit of push, you open it. Then next up, we're going to bring up this mattress and boop, we send it back. Then this area converts, so you'll have to give it a little push, and then this area is going to convert into a bedding area of up to 2 people. We have already had this tested by the staff members of this conversion, so they have already slept in on this conversion and they approve. This is a comfortable enough area. The last detail that we have is this hatch on the top, and whenever required you can simply pull out the blinds, after which it's completely going to black out the sunlight, which is right now killing me. So that is that about this conversion. So just to show you how comfortable the bedding is. I'm going to scoop off with my shoes on. So this is basically the diagonal area that we have. The mattress is really comfortable, and because we have gotten up early in the AM, I'm planning to sleep right now in the conversion. That said, if you are interested in getting this kind of election campaign conversion or any petite conversion or a huge luxurious conversion done, then Motorhome Adventures is at your service. All you need to do is visit our website, that's www.caravanconversion.com. And if you are at all interested in renting a caravan towards multiple sectors, for example, right now we have our Ladakh trips coming in. So if you are interested, you can join those groups, have curated itineraries, or even customize your own travel plan. For that, you need to visit our website, that's www.motorhome.co.in. And on that note, thank you so much for coming by. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, give this video a thumbs up and say subscribe to our channel, for we will be posting many more fun conversion and travel videos in the home away home on wheels. Motorhome Adventures signing off.